Shalom. I want to give all praise and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakah Kodash. Double honors goes to the elder apostles of Great Millstone for teaching us the truth. And also want to acknowledge all the Akyam who are pushing this truth with sincerity. All right, this is Shabai from GMS Denver. And I have a lesson today. We're going to start off in Mark 7:24. It says, "And thence he arose and went into the borders of Tyre and Sidon, and entered into an house, and would have no man know it, but he could not be hid." And this is dealing with Yahushai. Verse 25. "For a certain woman whose young daughter had an unclean spirit heard of him, and came and fell at his feet." All right. The woman was a Greek, a Syrophoenician by nation, and she besought him that he would cast forth the devil out of her daughter. All right, so really quick, I'm going to go to Matthew's account of the same event. Mark just called her a Greek. And Matthew, we go to 15 and verse 21. I'm going to read there. It says, "Then Yahushai went thence and departed into the coast of Tyre and Sidon. And behold, a woman of Canaan came out of the same coast and cried unto him, saying, Have mercy on me, O Yahweh, thou son of David. O Lord, thou son of David. My daughter is grievously vexed with a devil." All right, so Mark's account, he says she was a Greek, and Matthew's account said she was a Canaanite. And so I looked it up, and he said Greek from Syrophoenicia. All right, so if we go to, let's just look that up. Syrophoenician. All right. So if we go to Wikipedia, let me go back. It's not what I want. So it breaks down to Phoenicia, which is the place. All right, and it's actually a place in Greece. It goes back to Greek. That's why that's why Mark called her a Greek. All right. So if we go and look up the city, Phoenicia, and you look in the middle here of the screen, it says Greek. It was a Greek province where this woman was from. But if you look on religion, she was a Canaanite. So in Mark's account, he was talking about where she was from. And actually, that was her citizenship. She was a Greek. All right. But in Matthew's account, he called her a Canaanite, a woman from Canaan, because he was going off of her religion. He knew that she was not in the truth. All right. So a couple of things I want to do real quick. Because the brothers in Colorado Springs, we had a split camp this week, and I was watching their video, and they brought up a good point. This is just so you can understand that this woman, because I'm going to go into this a little more, but this woman was actually she was actually an Israelite, okay? And like the brothers from Colorado Springs were bringing out, they were talking about Giannis Antetokounmpo They call him the Greek freak, right? That's his nickname. But indeed, he's actually not Greek by nationality, but he's Greek by his citizenship. All right, just like I'm an American by citizenship, but I'm actually an Israelite by nationality. So you see the image here of Giannis Antetokounmpo. He's the Greek freak right above that, right? So, it's the Most High's will, in this truth. We have so much knowledge and information now. So you see Giannis Antetokounmpo, he's considered a Greek, but he's actually an Israelite, as you can see, right? He's a Southern Kingdom, So that's the same thing with this woman who they're dealing with in the scriptures, all right? Because Mark called her a Greek, and he, basically both of the disciples, Mark and Matthew, they were both like, hey, let's not deal with this woman. For one, she's a Greek, and for two, her religion is Canaanite, all right? But just to show you that she was actually an Israelite, but she was referred to as a Greek and a Canaanite, all right? So Antetokounmpo, he's an Israelite, but yet they call him the Greek freak. So it's the same thing, all right? Nothing new under the sun. But I just wanted to show that for edification purposes. So let's go back to the scripts. All right. And then I showed you, Phoenicia was in Greece, but the religion, as you can see on this Wikipedia, it says is a Canaanite religion. All right. So Mark was calling her by her citizenship, Greek or Syro-Phoenician. And then Matthew was calling her a Canaanite, Canaan, dealing with her religion. Okay. And then, even to get even more into this, let's get the not the etymology, but the understanding on this. So, because the point is the woman was an Israelite, okay? She was just part of the prophecy. Then she was dispersed, because the Israelites were dispersed and scattered among all nations. All right, even during the time of Yahushua. Okay, so let's go to Ezekiel 36 and 19. It says, and I scattered them, talking about the Israelites, and I scattered them among the heathen, and they were dispersed through the countries according to their way, according to their doings, I judged them. All right. And when they entered unto the heathen, whither they went, they profaned my holy name, when they said to them, these are the people of Yahweh, and are gone forth out of his land. All right. So us Israelites, as a punishment and a curse, have been scattered in every single nation. So when the disciples came across this woman, they were both assuming she was not an Israelite, not considering the fact that, hey, our people have been scattered among every nation. Deuteronomy 4:27. And the Lord shall scatter you among the nations, and ye shall be left few in number among the heathen, whither Yahweh shall lead you. And there ye shall serve gods, the work of men's hands, wood and stone, which neither see, nor hear, nor eat, nor smell. All right, so, she was a Canaanite by her religion, so that was fulfilling that prophecy. All right, let's go back to it. I should have just stayed there. So, verse 28, and there you shall serve gods, the work of men's hands, wood and stone. So this woman was serving, she was serving the gods of Canaan. All right. So she was actually an Israelite, as we'll go on to find out. All right, because no other people on planet Earth have the kind of faith that this woman does. The only way she could possibly have this faith is if she was indeed a daughter of Israel, okay? By her true nationality. Not by Greek, which was her citizenship, nor Canaanite or Canaan, which was her religion. All right? So I showed you that our people are scattered, and they also serve gods that our fathers never knew. All right, our forefathers, I should say. And then we went to Ezekiel, also to show you that we've been dispersed among the nations. Okay, so now let's go back to Mark and read that. We'll finish reading that. Mark 7. And we'll go to 26. And it says, the woman was a Greek, a Syrophoenician by nation, and she besought him that he would cast forth the devil out of her daughter. But Yahushua said unto her, Let the sons first be filled, for it is not meet to take the children's bread and to cast it unto the dogs. All right, so literally, he's gonna, first off, they want to deal with the children of Israel, and even more exclusively, the sons of Israel, because when you go into the Hebrew, the word children it actually means sons. That's why I read it that way. Bear with me, I just barely getting my voice back. But let's see. Let the sons first be filled, verse 27. For it is not meet to take the son's bread and to cast it unto the dogs. So really, because they were assuming that this woman was not an Israelite, because they knew she was in Phoenicia or Greece, and that she was practicing under the religion of Canaan. Okay, so initially they were like, "Hey, we ain't fucking with you. We're here for the children of Israel, the sons of Israel." Verse 28. And she answered, excuse me. And she answered and said unto him, Yes, Lord, yet the dogs under the table eat of the son's crumbs. And he said unto her, For this saying, go thy way, the devil is gone out of thy daughter. So basically, Yahushua was like, okay, I see you. You got enough faith to still stick around, and you're like, hey, you're going to even eat the crumbs, the leftovers. So, can you imagine that? If Yahushua was walking and it'd be like us if some woman came up to us at camp and was like, hey, and believed, we were the prophets, and was like, hey, you know what? I may not look like an Israelite. Maybe she's a confusion of face. In this case, she was not, but I'm just giving you an example. Maybe she's a confusion of face and looks like a so-called white woman or an Edomite, right? And we're like, hey, this truth ain't for you. But yet the lady would hang around and be like, hey, man, I'll take whatever knowledge you can give me, just let me hear this truth. Something like that was done at a camp, then we would be like, okay, she's showing the spirit of an Israelite. Because an Edomite's not going to do that. Or a Canaanite. Or a Greek, which would also be an Edomite. So, they gave her the benefit of the doubt. Yahushua did. He saw her faith. So, let's read on. Verse 29, and he said unto her, For this saying, go thy way, the devil is gone out of thy daughter. And when she was come to her house, she found the devil gone out, and her daughter laid upon the bed. All right, so that was an act of faith that no other race or nation would have that kind of faith. Basically, you've been rejected, but yet you still you show a humble spirit. Well, hey, that's an Israelite, okay? Just like when we're at camp, and you may get a confusion of faith walk up on you at camp, and if they're hanging around listening to the truth, we've had men men to come to the camp, and they look like they could be an Edomite or whatever, and next thing you know, they're like showing faith. They're not going against the truth. They're actually listening and being edified. So hey, that's the spirit of an Israelite. So Yahushua, of course, he had the wisdom